Hi everyone, it's Barbara Hayward here from the Old Girls Spiritual Stuff YouTube channel and Facebook page. Welcome to another incredible interview. As you know, I only interview the very best that we have in humanity. And as you know, I only introduce people that are working from a spiritual base and have a spiritual life and working for the good of humanity. Because as many of you know, that my hashtag for my business is Global Goodness Matters. And tonight, or it is actually night for me, and I will say this is the first time I've done an interview at night, so I'm very excited. However, today, I would like to introduce you to a lady from the UK, but who comes from Europe. And I've met Eve Kartavati. I may have said that wrong, and we will call her Coach Eve from here. I met Coach Eve maybe 8 months ago on a private Facebook page that we both belong to, Diamond Beauties Forever. It is a private group, and if you're a woman, you're more than welcome to try and get in. It's quite exclusive. It's a beautiful, beautiful Facebook page and community, I will tell you that. Now, Coach Eve, in all the times I've been with the Diamond Beauty, seems to be popping up everywhere. And she's here, she's there, and she's everywhere. You know how it works. And I've got to know her reasonably well. And I was supposed to introduce and interview Eve last year, but that all fell apart, and I fell apart, and life fell apart, and now we're all back together, and now's the most perfect time. Eve is a coach, and she will tell you about that. However, the main reason I have Eve here tonight is because she's writing a book. And your book is written, and we'd like to discuss her book. It's an amazing book. It's heartfelt, it's from the soul, and it comes from a place that's not so good, as the best books do. Her life has not been easy, it's not been simple, and who she is today is because of all the work that she's done in the past, not only in the sharing of her work, but who in the building up of herself and the healing of herself. Somebody asked me not long ago about what do you do, and I said what I do is an extension of who I am. And so that is for everyone. If you're a mechanic, it's because of who you are. If you're a lawyer, it's because of who you are. And Coach Eve is because she is who she is from her experiences in the past. So with no more conversation from me, I would love to introduce you to Coach Eve. Coach Eve, welcome, and thank you so much for joining me tonight.
Well, thank you so much. It's an honor to be your guest on your beautiful platform. Like you said, we started 8 months ago, and we planned this story to be told earlier, but today is the best time for it. And I'm happy we waited, because I can really give you a full picture of the book, because the book is ready. We're getting ready for the launch in October, and the story is nothing else but my life, how I actually gain my journey with spirituality and awakening from a teenager age all the way till today, 2025. So it is a very interesting story, from heartbreaks to struggles to rebirth, and here to be the coach, even the person I am today.
That is absolutely brilliant. And most spiritual people have come from hard places. They often have to hit rock bottom to call out to somebody, be it God, angels, help, guides, whoever, and for their journey up. And in their journey up, it's a journey of self-discovery. It's the self-awareness. And one of the things that we get to learn about ourselves. All of us, millions and millions around the planet are doing this at the moment, is that we are incredibly unique in our magnificence. And so, would you like to just share with us maybe some of your story, your past, how it led to your incredible book? And then we'll show you, if you wouldn't mind, a little bit later, if you could absolutely show us a cover of your book, even though it's only on your iPhone, but it is extraordinary cover. So, thank you, Eve.
Thank you. So the cover of the book is beautiful. It's 22 years of silence. I break free. Uh, I rebirth. Um, the reason being is because it shows all the struggle and all the silence what this lady is going through. In this case, it's me, and it shows all of the levels. The chakras representing all of the levels what we going through in our life, different stages, and after that you will have the beautiful connection with the divine and that always been there from the very young age. I knew um, I have been gifted. I think it was kindergarten when people are lining up and asking me for helping them to assist them to go to the toilet, and like the whole class, the whole kindergarten was like, "Hi, my middle name, by the way, it's Andy, and Andy, can you help me? Andy, can you help me?" And even in the playground, I was getting and formulating circles around me, and we played, and I was always the one who bring the ideas and the new game structures. So from the very young age, I knew I am gifted. However, after I finished high school, in my 18, 19 teenage years, I was in love. Everybody, teenagers, you fall in love, and you think like, oh, that is it. And we had plans, we wanted to get married. And my other half went to America, and we decided I'm gonna join, and I'm gonna go, and we set the time how long we're gonna work. We're gonna put aside some money, and we're gonna come back in live in Hungary, and we plan, and we plan our lives. um, that didn't turn out so well. Young and restless in America, chasing the American dream, and wanting to have my dream come true. I realized something there already was happening. And that is the story what I am actually unveiling in the book. What is that veil? What is that illusion? What we are living in America? And I felt that as soon as I been reunited with my first love, something wasn't quite right. But love, and you're blind, and you wanting to make it happen, and that was a struggle because something already happened in a relationship. He gave in. He been sucked in to that life, and when you are connected with the divine, and when you uh, are able to see behind that point, you always gonna have some sort of disconnection.
Yeah.
We had a beautiful time for a couple of years. I think 2 or 3 years after that we depart, and stayed in America. And guess what? I've been slowly sucked into that illusion. And I thought I have it all, and I did. I worked at a beautiful place in a very known financial institute, Goldman Sachs, Chicago Board of Trade, Sidley Austin. I was well established. And oh boy, um, in my book it's called the single age, when you are partying and when you are getting wild. And I had to hit rock bottom. uh, I had to get that slap to wake up. uh, you are not on the right path. And that was the first time when I hit rock bottom. It was a couple more times. So through my lifetime, it was three significant. I wouldn't call it failing, because it wasn't really failing. It was a wake up call for
Yeah.
me. Yeah. So the story goes on. The story goes on.
So, are you able to share maybe what those wake up calls, those other
Yes,
slaps across the
yes,
head with a rusty
yes.
barracuda, as I would call them?
Yes, believe it or not, with my wonderful friend, godmother, who brought me closer to God. It was at Boston Blackie's. Boston Blackie's is the best burger joint
Right.
in America, Chicago, Illinois. Because the lifestyle was too hectic, and I needed some extra cash to keep up the lifestyle what I had. I picked up couple of shifts at Boston Blackies. And because partying Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday rest, and go back to the financial institute job, doing a very very heavy, not just emotionally but physically and mentally as
Yeah.
well, to
Mentally,
keep
yeah.
everything in control. And you needed to let the steam out. So um, I picked up those couple of shifts, and I met Ria, that's her name is. And she introduced me to Pastor Dan, and I start going to church. And but in the meantime, I was still partying.
Yeah.
I remember she was amazing. She start all the music and all the songs what we were listening to back then, 50 Cents and R. Kelly and all of these R&B songs. And she created Christian songs through it, and she was rapping to me.
Wow.
And it was fantastic. So I was going towards to changing my life. However, I really needed that push, that
Mm.
slap to come back again fresh, because I wasn't going on the right path.
Yeah.
So that was the first step towards spirituality. And then as I really awakened, I would say at this
Yeah.
stage, I had to detach for that. I will call it the religion cave, if I may say. And I got love find me again. It was we went to New York to have my ex-husband stuff getting moved to Chicago. And it was beautiful. It was 2 years. I would say I was blind. I didn't see through the person, because I really wanted to get married. I really wanted to have kids. And I said, okay, this is the stage where I think I'm going to settle down. Not knowing that wasn't the right path. That's my other chapter, the wrong path in my book, and explaining how that marriage fell, and why the marriage was going in the wrong direction. At that time, I had my beautiful daughter Victoria. Um, and it was 2008. Now we are in 2008, where Victoria was born, but fortunately the marriage is not going well. At that time, I had to call my mom to help me and to support me while I filed for the divorce. And like I'm pretty sure you heard about the Jerry Springer show.
Yeah.
So my life was
Would have,
wanted to turn out that way, and I
mm,
was like, no. I said I
mm,
deserve more. My daughter
yeah.
deserve more. And the baby mamas left and right, and I said no. I said, I'm kind of old school person. I can take a lot, but when you're going beyond that point,
Yeah.
unfortunately, we have to depart. So
That's it.
I filed for the divorce. It was a long year of fighting because I wanted to have sole custody, and at this stage I already been strong enough in my spiritual path to know and to believe the
Yeah.
divine God. He is the only one who can help me. He is the only one who gave me the strength. It was violence, it was restriction orders, you name it, everything we had. Victoria was, gosh, 3 months old at that time. So my mom came. My mom took away Victoria because I didn't want her to be in that environment.
Yeah.
I didn't want her to feel anything. So I tried everything before I really say the final goodbye. I tried
Yeah.
to save the marriage. However, it wasn't working. And 2009 December. Um, the final packing, the final goodbyes of the American dream, to all of that illusion, what I thought it's mine. I just stepped out like from a wrong body, but you don't want to be in anymore. And I went back to Europe, and this is where all starting and all, the third time I had to start from scratch. That's
Yeah.
the other chapter in my book. I had to start from scratch. I literally had, I don't know, $7,000 to my name, I think, or even less than that. And I didn't visit in this time. So that was like 13, 15 years. I didn't visit my hometown. So that
Yeah.
was the first time um, after all that years to go home. So I was shocked for a good 2 months. I was like, oh my God, what am I doing here? Uh, I felt an alien in my own
Yeah.
town at my home. People are looking at me like, oh, where are you coming from? Are you from Mars? Because,
Yeah.
your mentality and your way of looking at things is completely different.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, that is the normal way.
Mm,
But, in Europe, you had to have that survivor mode, the fighting mode on to make a living. So we are in 2010. I think May when I start my new journey coming to the UK, and that was the best decision I made. During this time, I met my current husband, which I knew since very young age. We were connected. Our family were connected. My husband's auntie was best friend with my mom,
wow.
and he knew the story. He knew we were talking, as friends. So he was he was he was pedaling for 2 years, and I was like, I said, thank you. I said, no, no, no. I said, I'm done. I said, no more marriage, no more, no, no, none of that for me. I said, I had enough. He was pedaling hard for 2 years, and 2012, we moved together. We got married, and it is my other half. It is the person I always wanted to have, the person I deserve to have, loved me and cherished me and support me in every single way, being the best father I could ever imagine for Victoria. Victoria, that time I think was 3 years old, so we have a nickname Tata Marcus for my husband, and we're going strong, and building the legacy together today.
That's beautiful. You were saying off air that you've been together or married about 13 years. Married 13 years?
Yes, yes. Married,
Yeah,
married in 2014, 11 years, being
11
together
years,
13.
but together 13. That's
Yes.
wonderful. And it's wonderful to hear that your relationship, as you're getting to know yourself more, your relationship is building more and more as well.
There is
So
hope. There is hope.
there is always hope. I was asked on an interview the other day, where after all the destruction that was in my life, where did I find my hope from? And I had to say honestly that I didn't have hope. I was in survival mode for decades and decades. But what I understood to be true is that I had my spirit people and my God behind me, not in front of me, allowing my journey to unfold as it should, but always supporting me like the good parent at the back when the baby's starting to walk. You got one at the front saying, come to me, and the one at the back. And this sounds like what you had as well, that your people in spirit and your God supporting you from behind.
Yes, was holding me. Sometimes I didn't even know how I took my steps, but I
Yeah,
didn't need to know because I was been holding. I was
yeah,
been holding and carried through. Yeah, so-called the shadow of the valley. Yeah, it was tough. It was very tough because all of the dream and all of the security, financial stability, what comes with this illusion. You don't have anything basically. You just
no,
have the pile of mortgages and pile of bank loans on your on your shoulder. You are just being I don't know, can I say hypnotized of
absolutely.
you having the best life of your best time of your life. However, you just, digging yourself deeper and deeper and
Yeah,
deeper, and you don't have nothing.
no,
You don't even owe your sunglasses because it's on your credit card. And every year, um, it is okay to go and consume and get new things and better things and just add on to the pile of
yeah,
um, that is not the life I wanted. I deserve more. I deserve freedom. I choose me and I choose my daughter.
yeah.
Yes.
And I know when my first marriage broke down, I had $28 in the bank, and it was really tough. It was really, really tough. And I thought I'd done really well because after the first year, I had $40 in the bank, and I thought I was doing really, really well. And it is hard with, you had a young daughter, I had two young sons, and it is hard to start again with. Little ones with you and no knowledge of how the future's going to unfold.
Oh yeah.
And you just followed
Totally.
your heart, didn't you? You followed your intuition. You, even though back then we didn't have those words, and my breakup was like I've been with my husband partner for 35 years, so I'm going back a long time. It was probably 45 years ago, 43 years ago, maybe 45. Something like that. That our marriage broke up. But it don't matter whether it's back then or now, it is still hard and it's difficult, and it pulls you and you move forward, and whether you've got the word intuition or intuitive or I just knew, it doesn't matter the words, you knew you were going to be okay. You knew to phone your mum.
Oh
You
yeah.
knew to do these things. And
It
that
was
must
it
have
was
been hard to do that because you get to a stage of being totally independent.
you had no choice. You had no choice.
No,
You make it or you break it or you leave it. And
yeah,
stepping into the unknown, totally, unprepared, not knowing what is tomorrow
yeah,
will bring, but stepping in with faith,
Yeah.
stepping in with that faith and that support, your ancestors, your guides, your angels, and the divine and the universe is backing you up 100%. And that faith I'm standing on till today, and I know no matter what I face, I can make it tomorrow. Yes.
Yeah. And so once what was your journey after you met your husband? You got married, and what's your journey after that?
The journey after that is unfolding the fullest of self discovery and creating the stability with not just with my business, but with the things what I'm standing for and what I teach for. First of all, you did say a very interesting keyword. We healers, we have to heal ourselves first. So the journey, it is starting with you.
Yeah.
uh, all the wounds and all the scratches and all the traumas what you're going through, first of all, you allowing yourself to heal. You give permission for that person to fully recover. And that is a journey where you're going to explore and you're going to find out um, how strong you are. And when you do that, and when you know your voice will change lives, and you give hope, and by telling your story, and other people were listening or tuning into that energy, to that frequency, you give them hope, you give them that um, holding power. They can make it, they too can overcome their struggle. I started my studies. I became a clinical hypnotherapist practitioner here in the UK. Before that, in 2010, I applied and I studied to become a surgical maxillofacial nurse, which I'm still today. I still hold the registration just in case. You never know.
Yeah.
um,
Exactly.
and the financial institute and all of the studies what I had and all of the experience, I put it into love and care. Um, and I worked for another governmental institute here in the UK, Bank of England, where I was leading the dental unit. They are different medical centers inside, only for employees. It's not open for the public, and I really was eager to do something for myself. And everybody says like you have to do the transition, and you do part time and then full time. And um, again, a turn came where I had an accident, and I had to be on medical leave. And during my medical leave, pushed me fully to focus on myself
Yeah.
and on my business. And I'm happy I did that, and I'm happy I again stepped into the unknown to unfolding the legacy and building my legacy here today.
And a lot of people I know over the work that I've done, and I know myself, that we often have opportunities to make change. And because change is so unknown and change is so scary, we don't make it. And I call it the use by date, and that's for another day, another story. But a lot of people, before they make change, they sort of know in themselves they've got to make it, but for whatever reason. And then life will just slam you over the head. It'll give you an accident. It will break something. It will make you redundant. It will make you in bed for a certain amount of time. And then they say, symbolically, well, have you got it now? It's like we've given you the space. It's a little bit like the
Mm.
time over COVID. We were locked down, and we had to do the recovery and the healing as Mother Earth did. But it gives us that luxury of time that we don't afford ourselves normally. And then, the universe goes, well, I'll let you do it yourself. And now we'll just do it for you. And so they gave you that luxury.
Yes, 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 yes,
Yeah.
indeed. and they always know when is the right time to give that a specific appointed
Yeah.
time. They always they you know what, they never late, they're right in time.
Always in divine order. Always in divine
I
order.
like that divine
Yeah.
order. I like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like
It's
that.
there's a mantra that thy will be done, Lord, not my will, in thy time, Lord, not my time. And I often say that and then I go, bugger, why can't it be in my time too? It's like, why do I have to wait? But that is the
I want it
universe.
now. I want it
And now
now.
is yesterday. Thank you very much. I mean, for goodness sake, I'm an Aries. I'm an 8 day born, 30 over 3, 30 over 3. What do you want? Um,
But
so then what made you create your book? What made you write a book? Because, you know, there's a lot of collaborations with books. And in the past, I've been in a couple of other people's books. And to write a chapter is, and I don't mean to be rude here, so please don't take it as this. Because whatever you write takes it from your heart, and you need to be complimented for it. But writing a chapter of 500, 1,500, well, you know, even 5,000 words, most of us do that in a day. You know, we talk that in a day. But to write your own book, it, so many people say, I'm going to write a book. You know, I'm going to write a book. I'm going to write a book. But when you actually write the book, there's, you know, there might be, of the 100% that say, I'm going to write a book, there may actually only be 5% that actually do.
mm,
And there's a big difference between I'm going to and I have. And you're in that 5%. You've written your book. You're not just part of a collaboration, which personally I think everybody can do. Um, and it's not hard to do that because you're just remembering a story of something that happened and you type it out and somebody else edits it, thank God. Um, but you've written the book. What brought that about?
the book is, like I said, a stepping stone, something to hold on, a proof of hope,
Yeah,
proof of you're capable of doing so more than you even imagine.
yeah,
Um, Remembrance of, you know, how powerful you are, your strength, your abilities to overcome situations when you are in the edge and you think like this is it and you are ready to tip over, and then this book will able to hold you and give you that support what you need. And the voice inside the book will change lives, and who I am to take that with me, how dare I how dare to keep that in silence, which I did for 22 years. I kept it inside, I never spoke about it. um, I did promise you the story firsthand, and here we go, the story is told fully at the first time. I never had a podcast, an interview about my book, about my story. I never revealed the intimacy behind the story, the struggles, the heartaches, just like I did here today. So yes, that is the book all about, and reliving the chapters, reliving those times. It's kind of like you went to a timeline
yeah,
uh, journey, and you traveled. And when I um, last weekend I had loads of chapters. It was just like bursting out of me, and we were watching a movie with my daughter, and something pushed me like, oh, here we go, you have to, you know, put your story into paper. And I was just like, you know, getting the stories, and Victoria was looking at me and seeing the joy and seeing that beautiful smile, how proud she was because my mom is telling the story how we survived and how we overcome. Um, oh, it was the best
Yeah.
ever, best thing I can ever lived together with my daughter. And yeah, it's a beautiful read. It's a beautiful
Yeah.
read. I
Good.
recommend it to everyone.
Good. So, I know you said that it's coming out in October. However, can people pre-order your book?
Yes, they can. They can pre-order
Yeah.
the book. It will be available, I would say, pre-ordering this beautiful book. Let me just show you the
Yeah.
cover
Please,
again.
the cover again. Look at that. Yeah, there we go. Oh, that's better. We can see it bigger. It's just
Yes,
an amazing covered book. It's just dynamic. It is absolutely dynamic. So, what I'll do is in the description of all the places that I put this interview, I will actually put your contact numbers in so that
yes.
people can actually contact you personally or and go
I will have
straight
a
to,
link. I will have a link you can share, and they can sign up.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
Pre-order the book, and
that's, yeah.
I have a gift for everyone, and I have a gift for your beautiful viewers. I do have a workbook as well, a
Right.
21-day inner transformational workbook. um, and I would like to give that to your beautiful viewers, and I will get
Oh,
another form, and all they just have to fill out their information, the email address, and the ebook electronically will be
yeah.
sent to them. Um, it
Wow.
is a book that will change the workbook. It is to work on your habitual things for
Yeah.
21 days, to remove the things what doesn't serve you anymore, and
Yeah.
day by day implementing new habits for yourself. And you will see how that true inner transformation will be present in your life.
Oh, thank you so much for that. Um, I can't remember because I have a little brain fog at times. I think it's age. Um, but I will get that link off you, and we will. I'm sure I
Yes,
said the word link. I'll put your link up. But if I didn't, if I used another word, that's what I meant. And we'll be able to siphon people over to you because your work is important. And today, in this absolute chaos we call a world, we it doesn't look like we're winning. It doesn't look like it, but we are winning. Global goodness will always override everything else. And the more people like yourself who get the word out there, who get your words out there, your story, your background, so people can go, oh my gosh, I can relate to her. I've been through something similar. She really does understand that pain in the journey. And the more we can do this, the better world that we have. And I remember about 9 years ago, I won't go into the story, but a young gentleman, and young being about 50, he got exasperated at me, as most people do, from time to time. And he said, your audience is waiting. Do not die with your knowledge inside of you. And you're not doing that. You're leaving your legacy or part of your legacy and part of what you know, because you don't know what you're going to learn in the future, but you've imparted all this beautifulness of what you know now. And then later they'll get the updated version of transformation. And Coach Eve, what a beautiful journey. I've had the best time with you. Thank you
thank
so
you.
much. You've heard her. You've heard Coach Eve from her own mouth, from her heart, parts of her journey, the hardship. We've all had them. We've all got the battle scars. And this is another incredible lady, an incredible person who has walked through that fire and come out the other end. You know, the phoenix, from the fire flies the phoenix, and you've got the colours on of the phoenix. And Coach Eve, thank you. Thank you
Thank you.
so
It was
much.
thank
And
you.
next year we'll come back together and we'll talk about the next phase of where you're heading. So
Yes.
until then, stay safe. Stay safe, everyone. Stay rooted into your light. And don't forget to breathe. Bye-bye.